Here we're looking at the Digital Silence DS-101a Ambient Noise Cancelling Stereo Headset. I want to give these a try to see if there'll be any use on the next long haul flight that I take. I find that the engine noise can get annoying, or after a bunch of them it just gets very tiring. I've got some great earphones by Shure, but they don't cut out the low rumble of the engine noise, and that's what these are apparently good for. Although these are a lower budget one, you'll find them on Amazon, £25, maybe a lot less. Others I've got them for about 8 or 10. Take a look at UK Camel to see what you can find out. They offer over 30 hours of, it says HD quality audio playback per charge, answer and end calls without touching your phone, so hands-free basically, and you can use it with your Apple phones, BlackBerry, Nokia, Samsung and others. 2-year warranty. It explains what you should find in the box there. The actual headset, USB recharge cable, 3 sizes of earbuds, 3.5mm adapter, carry pouch and user guide. We're going to check that out in just a moment. Here are the features. Ambient noise cancellation. Notice the peak ambient noise cancellation performance output of 30 decibels, greater than 20 decibel ANC from 70 Hz to 1.5 kHz. The word is these are great for low rumbles, not so great for cutting out chatter. Let's take a look at what's inside. So here we have a carry pouch, which is actually a decent size. No actual hard protection, as it is just a pouch. In here we have USB adapter. That's the USB you're looking at, so you might already have that in your kit. And the earbuds, it's best to get a great fit on the earbuds. 3.5mm adapter. User guide, which explains the features. Let's take a look at that. If you need to read that, just give it a pause. Just be careful you don't yank it out like most of us have a tendency to do when you get stuff. So let's take a look at the actual bud first. Black, bit of silver, and that's how it looks. Now I'm going to test these out and let you know what I think of the results. Obviously, until I go on a plane, which is not for less than a month now, I can't tell you how it fares for what I really want it, but I'm going to give it some tests and conditions that I can replicate at least a percentage of the noise. You'll notice there's a clip there because the battery and control unit is relatively chunky, about thumb size, but you've got a clip to put it on your clothes and hide it away. A call answer hang up button, on off switch, and I would say it needs a charge as there's an LED that's not coming on yet, and there's the USB. So we're going to give that a charge and give it a go. I'm also going to see which buds I need, and then I'm going to let you know what I think about this budget unit. But the reviews are excellent. Let's hope my experience is the same. This unit here actually is plastic, but it doesn't look too bad. I'm not a big fan of the branding, but that'll be hidden away anyway. The silver button does look cheap, but again, hidden away, so not a problem. And that's why I went for black. I think you can get these in white as well, so you might prefer them, but I do like a set of buds that are discreet. So let's go check them out. I've had a chance to use this for a day or so now. I've used it in a busy restaurant alongside a very busy road, also with music in the background, but obviously I haven't got up into a plane just yet. But who would have thought that on YouTube there are hours and hours and hours of engine audio, jet flight sound, everything but the visuals, so you hear the whole flight, 8 hours or so worth. So I turned it up, there was no one to disturb, put this on, flicked the switch, and it made a huge difference. You'll still hear something, but you won't hear the annoying low frequencies, and then if you put music on, even at a low volume, you'll cut out the sound completely, or at least you'll feel very comfortable. It doesn't cut out high frequencies, so if there's an annoying tone like a ringing noise or people chattering with normal to high voice tone, it won't cut that out, but if it's a low rumble you want to get rid of, engine noise, this will cut out 99% of it, I would say. Also, the audio quality is great, especially considering this is basically a budget option. It is fantastic. It stands up with my Shures, which cost a lot more, but they don't have active noise cancelling, hence I'm trying this out. This is definitely worth checking out. If you're on a budget, you can't really go wrong, I would say. I used an iPhone 6 and I'll be using an iPhone 6 on the next flights, and it does have a pick up and hang up call button. For me, that also doubled as a skip track by pressing it twice, and a go back a track by pressing it 3 times, and that was a great bonus. Also, pressing it once will pause the track, pressing it again will unpause the track. So even though it doesn't mention that, you've got some inline controls there. You don't have a volume control, but for me that's not a problem, because once I'm on the long journey, on the flight, on the train, I put it to the volume I want and I'm good to go. Now with active noise cancelling, you could actually put the volume down a little bit too and you'll still be happy. Now even if I put it on now, with the background noise that there is, it will cut out all the low frequencies. Now you would have read a lot about hiss. I would call that a white noise, and in most situations you won't mind at all, especially considering it's cutting out all the low frequencies that are annoying on a long haul flight, for example. Especially once you put on the music, it won't make a difference at all. Maybe if you're trying to sleep and you need complete absolute silence, well, you won't get that from this set, but you'll get as close to it as possible, especially considering the price. Now this is the first active noise cancelling set I've ever used. I'm not an expert, I'm not an audiophile to the degree of, you know, like a sound scientist, for want of a better phrase, but I do enjoy good music and I do want to avoid that noise from a long haul flight. Now I would say check this out if you want to cut out the noise of a long haul flight. Don't expect to cut out chatter and high tones, because that's not what it's designed for. Get this, leave a comment below, let us know your experience, especially if you're using another device. If you find that the controls also pause, unpause, skip tracks, etc., let people know below so that they know there's that bonus feature. And if there's anything else you think of, if you've any experience with the battery time, I charged this up for 2 hours as it stated, although I got impatient and stopped it halfway through just to check it out, but let it finish off afterwards. And apparently it's good for 30 hours, which is more than enough. I think most of us these days can get to a USB port to charge it up within that time. A lot of flights will allow you to plug in the chair. There's often a port, so that's even in economy class too. So that's it, no more waffle really. It's my first foray into the market of active noise cancelling. This was the Digital Silence DS-101a, although frankly if you've got this far you already know what we're talking about. Thanks for watching.